Well, I am starting a new game and also my YouTube videos as well. In this particular video, this is a devlog, and this is the very first devlog of the new game that I'm starting. But it's not just me, it's going to be both myself and my daughter. So we're doing this as a team to work on this together, and we're going to ship this. We've both worked on a few games where they kind of died out because of people leaving or whatever. But we have decided to work on a game together. So I'm going to be handling the dev side, and of course I don't know C#, so I'm going to be using Playmaker in Unity, and we're using 6.5. And then she's going to be handling the art side. And of course, my daughter is a senior computer science student, so she could handle the C# on this no problem. But she wanted to handle the art side because she is an amazing artist as well. So she can be doing this all herself. But we wanted to do a game together. So what is the game? The game is going to be, the working title right now is Dice of Ruin. That's subject to change, but we are going to be working on this every Friday. And hopefully devlogs will be coming out every Friday to show you what we've accomplished. But in the first day, which was just this past Friday, today's a Monday, we'll show you what we accomplished, which isn't very much. And this is 3D space. It's going to be actually a 2D game, but we're doing this in 3D space because we thought it'd be a little bit easier. So we can kind of manage what's happening on the board and kind of 3D dice and everything else. So we're going to come up with some kind of a grid system. The population is actually going to grow on the grid. And you as a god need to manage to make sure the population doesn't overgrow and kind of destroy the world. And so that's kind of the overarching idea. But so as a god, you're going to be rolling dice to roll disasters that are going to curb back the population. So again, it's a 3D game, or it's 2D, but in 3D space. So we're going to have this be using orthographic camera. So we're using an tell it's been a while since I've done this. We're using an orthographic camera. We're going to set up this grid system. You will be able to roll dice. So I created a D8. So that's just 4 disasters, and I wanted to do a D8 versus a D4 because of, D4 you have numbers on each side that represents which face is going to be up. And I thought it'd be too complex, so I'm doing a D8 for 4 disasters. So there's 2 sides each. We might do a D6 so we can add more disasters, so on and so forth. And then we're also rolling a D10 for the percentage that it's going to destroy. And there's more complex things of how this is going to work, and I'll show you that once we kind of start getting that up. But what we accomplished yesterday wasn't very much, or the other day. So let me just give you a quick rundown of what that is. And let's see, okay. Let me just drop this physics material. So currently right now, for my dice, I created a space where the dice is going to roll. Again, these are 3D dice. And you hit dice, and now you can roll both the D8, and you can see the disaster on the top, and that's going to have, we're going to have some UI that pops up as well. And then on the D10 is going to be the percentage of how much that's going to affect the population. And so, that really didn't seem very fun and dynamic. And so what I wanted to do was to add a physics material. So I have a physics material. Let me just add that back on here real quick. And then in this physics material, let me just hit play real quick. And so we can kind of see what happens. We wanted them kind of bounce around just a little bit. And of course, there's no dynamic friction on there, and these things can bounce around forever, which is way too much. So instead of doing that, I just need to play with these numbers a little bit. And I think the dynamic friction I've set to 0.3 right now, but I want to play with that a little bit later just to get a better feel. But this is kind of everything that we've accomplished so far this past Friday. And then some of that was us kind of really talking about what the game was going to be, Starting to build a game design doc so we can kind of say what the disasters are, how the population was going to grow, all of that stuff. And these are still bouncing around a little bit too much. And yeah, so there we go. So this face is an earthquake. So we'd have an earthquake that's going to happen, but there's going to be more things as well. So, but this is the beginning of a new game, and this is a new devlog, and welcome back to the Bliz Studio YouTube channel and my new website, which bliz.studio. Go check it out. Have all my YouTube videos on there. I'm going to have my devlog on there. And I also have some free tools on there too. So go check out my website, bliz.studio, so you can see it there. I'm also going to be creating some courses, both Playmaker courses and some general Unity courses. And so if you're interested in those, come sign up. But this is the very first devlog for the Dice of Ruin. Peace.